Applying for housing is easy using our Rent Cafe portals. To apply for housing, locate the program you would like to apply for on our website, cmha.net. You may choose to apply for a housing choice voucher, a project-based voucher, or to live at a CMHA property. All of our waiting lists are open for applications at any time. Once you choose what you would like to apply for, click Apply. This will take you to the proper Rent Cafe application portal. Each time you apply for a program, be sure to locate it on www.cmha.net to make sure you reach the correct application portal. As an applicant, you can use your Rent Cafe account to apply for different waitlists, view your waitlist status, and update your information. If you have already made an account on any CMHA Rent Cafe application portal, use that email and password to log in. If you do not have an account, select Register Now at the bottom of the screen. As a person applying to the property, you will not have a registration code, so begin by clicking I do not have a registration code. Complete the necessary steps to create an account by entering your personal details. Click the Please Read and Accept the Terms and Conditions button and accept, and finally, click Register. Now that you have registered your account, you will receive 2 emails. The first email is your user registration confirmation that verifies your registration. The second email is your waiting list application initiation email. You will receive a confirmation email once your application is complete. Now that you are registered and logged into your Rent Cafe account, it's time to complete your application. On the My Application screen, choose your preferred language and click Next. On the Personal Information page, enter the required information and click Next once you have done so. Next, you will be directed to the Address Information page. Here you can either select Add an Address or I have no address. If you select Add an Address, you will be prompted to enter your information in a pop-up box. Be sure to enter the correct information and click Save when you are done. Once you are directed back to the Add an Address page, you can either add another address or click Next to continue. On the Additional Adult Occupants page, select Add Additional Adult Occupants to add people over the age of 18 that live in your household. Once you have added all adult occupants, click Next to continue to the Accessibility Requirements page. On this page, answer the questions regarding your accessibility needs and click Next when you are ready. Now navigate to the Criminal History page, answer the questions, and click Next when you are ready to continue. The next page that you will see is the Emergency Contact page. If you would like to add an emergency contact, please read the instructions carefully, click Add an Emergency Contact, and enter their personal information on the next screen. With your emergency contact information successfully added, you may add another contact or click Next to continue. On the Members of the Household page, you must complete any missing information for adults of the household by clicking More Information Needed and adding the information on the following screen. To add a minor, click Add a Minor and enter the minor's personal information. Once all the adults and minors that reside in your household have been added, click Next to continue to the Anticipated Household Addition page. Read the instructions carefully, and if you anticipate adding an individual to your household within the next 12 months, click Add Anticipated Household Addition. If you do not anticipate adding someone to your household within the next 12 months, click Next to continue. Now you will be directed to the Live-In Aid page where you can enter information about any aides who fit the criteria listed. If you do not have a live-in aid, click Next to continue. Now it's time to enter your income information. Answer the required questions about your income and click Next to continue. On the Employment page, please enter any part-time or full-time employment you may have by clicking Add Employment and entering the information on the next screen. Once you have entered the employment information for all household members, click Next to continue. Finally, tell us about any additional sources of income you or other members of your household might receive, and when you're finished, click Next. Now it's time to tell us about any other assets you may have. Answer the required selections on the Your Assets screen and click Next to continue. Now you can tell us about all your checking, savings, and money market accounts for you and your other household members. To add this information, click Add a Bank Account, enter the information on the next screen, click Save, and repeat this for all accounts for you and your household members. Once you have done so, click Next to continue to the next page where you will share any other assets you may have. Click Add Other Assets to enter another asset. Once you are done, click Next to complete the asset portion of your application. It's time to do a final review of the information that you have entered. Navigate to the Summary page by clicking Next. Review your application carefully. Check it for errors and verify that everything is correct in the Members, Income, and Assets tabs before clicking Next. If there is any missing information, the errors page will describe the issue and direct you to the proper page where the missing information is required. Once you have fixed any mistakes, or if there are none, click Next to continue. If you're directed to the floor plan screen, you will choose your preferred bedroom size. Navigate to the selection box and click the bedroom amount that your household prefers. Answer the questions at the bottom and click Continue. Now it's time to sign and submit your information for review. Click Next to continue, click View Document, and review the information that you have entered. Once you've reviewed the information, select Click here to sign when you're ready. On the next page, please review the terms and click Agree and Continue. Create your signature with your mouse or finger, review the final document, sign and date the last page, and click Sign and Complete when you are done. Once you have successfully done so, a box will pop up on your screen verifying that you have signed the document. If there are additional adult household members on your waitlist application, they will need to sign the document before it can be submitted by opening the Rent Cafe email and following the instructions to successfully sign the document. You will now be directed back to the Sign and Submit page where your application will indicate that it is signed. Verify that it says signed next to each additional adult household member. Click Next to continue, where you will be provided a confirmation code for your waitlist application. Once you have finished submitting your application, you will receive an application confirmation email. Congratulations, your application to the waitlist has been submitted.